Welcome back. Today we are diving into the heart of computer processor design to understand two critical techniques used to make CPUs faster: superscalar and superpipelined architectures. While these terms sound complex, they represent two different philosophies on how to get more work done in less time. To understand these advanced techniques, we first need to look at how a basic CPU works. Every single instruction goes through a cycle. First, the CPU fetches the command from memory. Second, it decodes it to understand what needs to be done. Third, it executes the command. And finally, it writes the result back. This is the fundamental rhythm of computing. Early CPUs did one thing at a time, but modern CPUs use pipelining. Think of a car assembly line. You don't wait for one car to be completely finished before starting the next one. While one car is getting its wheels, the next one is getting its engine, and another is just starting. This overlap allows the CPU to work on multiple instructions at different stages simultaneously. Now let's talk about the first advanced technique, superpipelining. Imagine taking that assembly line and breaking it down into many tiny steps. Instead of 4 big stages, maybe we have 20 small ones. Because each step is so simple, it takes very little time to complete. This allows the processor's clock to tick much faster, resulting in extremely high-frequency speeds. The second strategy is superscalar architecture. Instead of trying to make the line move faster, we simply build more lines. A superscalar processor has multiple execution units, like having 2 or 3 teams working in parallel. It can fetch, decode, and execute multiple instructions in a single clock cycle. It is like a highway adding more lanes to reduce traffic. Here is a way to visualize the difference. Superpipelining is like a thin, single-file line moving at incredible speed. It relies on raw frequency. Superscalar is like a wide river. It might move at a normal speed, but it carries a massive amount of volume because it processes things in parallel. One focuses on depth and speed, the other on width and volume. When we look at the numbers, the difference becomes clear. Superpipelined architectures aim for extremely high clock speeds, but they usually complete only one instruction per cycle. Superscalar architectures might have lower clock speeds, but they achieve a high instructions per cycle, or IPC, because they are doing multiple things at once. Neither approach is perfect. Superpipelining is simpler to design, but suffers greatly if the pipeline gets clogged by an error, known as a hazard. Superscalar offers massive throughput, but is extremely complex to design. The CPU has to figure out which instructions can be done at the same time without breaking the program, which generates a lot of heat and requires complex logic. So, which one won? Actually, both did. Almost every modern processor in your phone or laptop today is a hybrid. They are deeply pipelined to allow for fast clock speeds, and they are also superscalar to handle multiple tasks at once. By combining these technologies, we get the incredible performance we enjoy today.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.